Hello everyone, welcome to solve this math Olympiad algebra problem, and here we have m plus n equals to 6 times of m into n and its whole square root. So in this problem we find the value of m over n or m upon n. So the very first step we are going to do is here first we remove this radical or square root sign, so that we need to take the square on both of the sides of this equation, so that when we take square it will be written as m plus n whole square equals to 6 times of square root of m into n and its whole square. So in the next step, here we just open this famous square. We know that if we have a plus b whole square, it is equals to, so we will write it here. This is nice square identity. A plus b whole square equals to a square plus b square plus 2 times of ab. So here we need this nice formula in the left hand side of the above equation. So our left hand side will be written as m square plus n square plus 2 times of m into n equals to, here we have 6 square, so we know that the square of 6 equals to 36, and when we take the square on the square root term, so this square and square root are gone and we get here only m into n. So now in the next step we move this 36 times of mn in the left hand side, and it will be written as m square plus n square plus 2 times of m into n minus 36 times of mn, and this whole equation equals to 0. So here we add or subtract the like terms, and we see here these two terms are subtracted by each other, and we write all the other terms as it is. So we have m square plus n square 2mn minus 36 mn equals to minus 34 mn, and this whole equation equals to 0. So now in the next step, now we convert this equation into the quadratic form in one variable. So here we just divide each term by mn. So when we divide each term by mn, so it will be written as m square over mn plus n square over mn minus 34 times of mn over mn, and this whole equals to 0 over mn. So here we divide both of the sides by m into n, and so here you see that this m is cancelled out by this m, and here we obtain m over n plus this n is cancelled out by this n, and here we get n over m minus this mn is cancelled out by this mn, and here we get only minus 34, and you know that 0 over mn equals to 0. So now this equation will be converted into m over n term. So that now we will just take here y equals to m over n. So when we take y equals to m over n, then 1 over y equals to n over m. It means that if we have y equals m over n, then we take the reciprocal of this term, then this y becomes 1 over y, and this m over n becomes n over m. So now we substitute m over n by y and n over m by 1 over y in this equation, so that our above equation will be written as, this is m over n. So when we substitute the value of m over n is y, it will be written as y plus n over m equals to 1 over y, and this is minus 34, and this whole equals to 0. So now we convert the above equation in one variable, which is y. So here we multiply each term on both of the sides by y. So when we multiply both of the sides by y, then it will be written as y times of y plus y times of 1 over y minus 34 times of y equals to 0 times of y. So here we get a nice quadratic equation in y variable. It is y square, so this is cancelled by each other, and we get here y square plus 1 minus 34y, and this whole equals to 0. So here we rearrange this equation and we have y square minus 34y plus 1 equals to 0. So this is the quadratic equation in y variable. So now we use the quadratic formula in order to solve this equation. So here first we write the coefficients of this equation, and its coefficients are a equals to 1, b equals to minus 34, and c equals to 1. And here we use the quadratic formula. So you know that about quadratic formula, it is written as y equals to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4 times of ac divided by 2 times of a. So this is the quadratic formula, and now we substitute all these three values in this nice formula. So here we have the value of b is minus 34. So when we substitute it here, it will becomes plus 34, because this minus times of minus becomes plus 34, and plus minus square root of minus 34 square minus 4 times of a is 1, and c is also 1, and this whole divided by 2 times of a, and our a is equals to 1. So here we need some simplification in order to solve this problem. So we have y equals to 34 plus minus, we know that the square of minus 34 is equals to 1152 minus 4, and its whole square root divided by 2. So when we make some simplification here, then you get here 34 plus minus square root of this will becomes sorry, this is 1156. Okay, the square root of 34 is this one, and when we subtract the term here, then we get 1152 divided by 2. So now we make the prime factors of this term, and we know that the prime factors of this term are 34 plus minus the prime factor of this term are 2 multiplied by 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 3 multiplied by 3, and its whole square root, and this whole divided by 2. So here you see that we have 3 pairs of 2 and 1 pair of 3 which are outside the square root, and we write it as 34 plus minus 2 multiply 2 multiply 2 multiply 3 times of square root of 2, and this whole divided by 2. So that here we get 34 plus minus, this is 2 times of 2 4, 4 times of 2 8, 8 times of 3 becomes 24 into square root of 2 divided by 2. So here we separate these two terms, and we write it as 34 over 2 plus minus 24 times of square root of 2 over 2. So this will becomes y equals to 17 plus minus 12 into square root of 2. So here in the start of the problem, we take our y equals to m over n. So we back substitute this value of y, so that this equation will becomes m over n equals to 17 plus minus 12 into square root of 2. So this is the final answer of this question, and thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos.